What is happening, guys? Welcome to the video. Alright, at the beginning of the video you saw me write something down, and that was Operation Health. Now what is that? Operation Health is a new program I've developed for myself with health in mind. My goal is not to get super jacked, super shredded, or anything of that nature. My goal is primarily focused on my health. And at the end of the day, that's what all our programs should be focused on. Yes, we have different goals, including getting in a lower body fat percentage, or increasing muscle mass, or increasing strength, or all those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, we want to be healthy. We want to live long, vibrant, healthy lives. And that's my focus moving forward. As you know, I've been powerlifting for the last little while, and before that I was really hardcore into bodybuilding, and I've done well in both those things, especially bodybuilding. I really got to a point where I was doing quite well for myself. I made it to the World Championships, won the Canadian Nationals, and I got to the best shape of my life. With powerlifting, my last competition, my first full one actually, I hit personal PRs and was super pleased with my results. But powerlifting is actually starting to take a toll on my body and making things hurt that don't necessarily need to hurt at only being 24 years of age. My knees ache, my back has been giving me a little bit of trouble lately, and I think it's time to focus on a little bit more than just the weights and my health in general. So in this video, I want to break down my program goals for this program for myself. If these apply to you, I encourage you to focus on these as well. You're going to see improvements in your life as a whole, which then is going to carry over to everything else. Let's get started with the first one, and that's cleaning up my diet. Now, I don't have a really poor diet as a whole. A lot of people would probably look at it and say, wow, you eat really healthy. But for myself, I know there's areas that I need to improve on. For example, I want to eat more fruits and vegetables. I want to get more micronutrients and healthy fiber and everything in my diet, because as someone who's concerned about my health, I want to optimize and make everything move and function as the best as I can. And I know that adding in quality fruits and vegetables is going to be something that's going to help that happen. I want to decrease processed food and junk. Again, this isn't something that I have a lot of, but even the last little while, I've noticed I've been a little bit more lax with my diet. You know, had a little bit more pizza than I probably should have, maybe some extra burgers and fries than I probably need. And I want to try to take that down to a minimum. Now, when I was bodybuilding, I would usually have a cheat meal on Saturday. So for the whole week, I ate really good. And then on Saturday, my girlfriend and I would go out for lunch or go out for dinner and have something really good post-workout. So I want to get back to that, because I noticed we went out for dinner the other night and I got a burger, which I would usually be really excited about and it would taste amazing. But because I've had so much more lately, it didn't really taste as good. And I wasn't super happy I had it. I almost felt like I was like, oh, that was a waste. I could have had something healthier and been full and satisfied than just wasting and putting stuff in my body that maybe my body doesn't need. And then the last one in that improving diet spectrum is focusing on my gut health and improving my gut as a whole. I don't have problems per se, but I notice sometimes I get bloated and after I eat certain things. So I want to start diving into gut health and how to make those bacterias function properly. And if there's different foods that can help improve that, then I'm going to try to incorporate that in my goal. Number 2 is improving my mobility. That is something that I've struggled with for a very long time. As you guys know, you've probably followed me for a while. You know that my knees ache, my back hurts, and I'm stiff and tight, and that's from years of bodybuilding and now powerlifting and just neglecting it as a whole. So I'm gonna make mobility and that a focus. I'm going to work on improving, quality range of motion, especially when it comes to squatting. That's something I need to work on for sure. My ankles are really tight, so working on that. My shoulders aren't awful, but they need work. So it's improving range of motion and quality mobility. That in turn is gonna help decrease pain and make me feel better. Again, focusing on health, feeling better, moving well is something I want to work on. There's going to be a few training changes as well. I'm still going to lift heavy, mostly just bench and deadlift. Squats give me a hard time, and I need to really take them out of the equation for a little bit, I think, and work on some other things to help make my squat better. And it could be just simply training a little bit lighter and working on form, which is something I'm open to. But as far as training changes go, I'm going to keep strength as a focus, but I'm gonna start adding in more athletics. That is something that I've tried to get into before, and I almost started a series on it, but it got pushed to the side, and now I'm focused on improving athletics. What kind of sparked this was that I had a client the other night, and he plays football, and his vertical is nuts, and I was like, wow, that's actually impressive. So as much as I care about aesthetics, I'm also big into performance, and I heard this quote. It was, look like a bodybuilder, lift like a powerlifter, and move like a weightlifter. And that's something I want for myself. I want to be the total package basically. So that's something I'm gonna start adding in: jump training, maybe some sprint work, some loaded carries, whether it's farmer's walks or carrying dumbbells overhead, stuff that is athletic that will help me be strong and functional. So that's my main training change that you guys are gonna see on my channel. And the last one is a little bit of lifestyle changes. I'm not the best at chilling out and relaxing. My girlfriend will be the first to attest to this. It is hard for me to sit still, even during like a movie. Like if I'm into a movie, it's rare. Usually like I'm watching it and then I'm like fiddling around, or I'll get up and move around, and even just sit down at the end of the day and watch like an episode of something before bed. Like I really do struggle with relaxation, guys. So that's something that I'm gonna start working on, whether it's a little bit of meditation or yoga or something like that. And even getting into some old hobbies I used to have. I used to play guitar quite often, so I'm gonna try to start incorporating that a little bit more, because it helps me relax, makes me feel good, and learning a new skill or improving on a current skill is always something good. So with that in mind, hope you enjoyed this little video for the future that's to come in Operation Health. It's gonna be a series, I'm sure. It's gonna be long running, lifelong, ideally. So we're gonna work on nutrition, lifestyle, training, and all that stuff that comes along with it. So come along for the ride. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, because more videos are coming down the pipeline, and I'll see you guys in the next one.